addicted to that behavior, and then I choose within myself, I choose to continue on with that behavior.
Right, it's going to affect the well-being.
And so that means like I'm just ignoring God and not choosing spirituality at any given time when I choose to act like that.
Yes. And it stunts your growth. You don't grow. And so what does the average addict do when they run into a situation that God gave them and they don't want to deal with it? They go find something that they want to create. And say, well, I'm working. Like people say, well, as long as I don't use, I ain't smoke crack today.
Well, like I'm working on it. Is that the same thing?
Yeah, anything. But choose it to go through the difficulty. But you have to convince yourself that you're making the right choice. So you rationalize and you justify. People don't change well. It's difficult. But you don't want to live with the fact that you didn't change, so you create your own situations. This is how you get yourself in these messes.
Okay, so
creating your own situations instead of dealing with God's situation that God gave you.
So I create a situation to justify why I continue to do what I do.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I say there's no excuses in recovery. Ain't no damn excuse. It's your choice to be outside of recovery. If you got an excuse for what you're doing, you ain't in recovery. I did that because you chose it. Pam?
My name is Pam, and I'm not going to.
Hey, Pam.
Relapse and constant pain that have caused my family is a big part of my story. But if I allow God to guide me, I'll get my recovery. I want to know about the 5 P's. As a prayer, pleasure, pain, hurt, and perception, right?
Yeah.
Like, changing your perception, right? And then you go do something else, and then you use the same 5 P's. Keep using the same 5 P's.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? And then it'd be good, right? Your perception be awesome, right? Now, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know you felt me. You know why I say that.
That's why we say God can open up doors that no man can close. Close doors that no man can open. Man always think he can open up any door he feel like opening up. But all he opening up is what he already know. That's it. He going back into himself and opening up something that he already done. You ain't gonna get no new perception. That's a fool. You have to change. Solomon said that a wise man changes often, but a fool will not. A fool won't change because a fool gets wise in his own eyes and begin to take his own foolishness to be wisdom. And then they start talking like they're wise. But other people know that what they talking this foolishness for. But they in their mind, they think they know something. All they know is the rehashed stuff they already knew. Just switched it around some. Anything new you get in this life is going to come from God. Well, if you're not getting nothing from God, then you're using the same old mess you used to smoke crack with. So you pretend you're doing something all you want. God grants the increase. Not you and your rationalization and justification for whatever you plan to do or think about doing. Recovery is a serious matter. Serious. You have to take time to put in recovery. If you ain't got time for recovery, go smoke crack. Because you're going to just make everybody else miserable. Go ahead.
I wanted to know who made up the 5 P's.
Who said them?
Who said them?
Yeah.
Listen, he was cool too. He must have went cool because I done heard the 5 P's like a lot of times.
No, you have? Where?
In here.
Oh, you didn't hear nobody else say it.
You know why I say I wanted to know who made up the 5 P's. Because the person who made up the 5 P's had to know, had to go through the 5 P's. You know what I'm talking about? Because I go through the 5 P's, and then the 5 P's come, you know, it's going. Ain't it? Don't anybody know about the 5 P's?
It's the recovery process.
Right, yeah.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
If you want to recover, I just summarized the whole recovery process in the 5 P's.
Right.
And everything in the 5 P's is exactly what people are not willing to do. That's why they don't get recovery. You go from the beginning to the end of what God got for you. How you get it. Now, if you're willing to go through that, it is just explained to you in 5 simple words. Pleasure, pain, purge, prune, and perception. That's how simple recovery is. Now, you got a lot of other ways to do. You can go through the 12 steps, you can go through the phases, all on the same day. If you go through the 12 steps, you're going to find the 5 P's. If you go through the phases, you're going to find the 5 P's. Whatever you do, if you come into a spiritual awakening, it's going to take those 5 P's. So that's as simple as it gets. It's complicated. We had to do all this other stuff because of the people we're dealing with. We don't take things simply. We are complicated people. We need to be gotten to in a complicated manner. So we structure a program that's built in the same thing, the 5 P's. You're here for the pleasure of God. Everybody agree, yeah. So if we're here for the pleasure of God, then it's best for us to please God. Everybody say yeah. Then when you say okay, pleasing God ain't gonna be easy now. I know. It's gonna be some pain involved. Oh, then we start saying, wait a minute, what kind of pain? That means you have to allow God to purge your heart. A purge is a tough word. That requires deep cutting, deep digging. You gotta go deep. Purge your heart, because why you have to get your heart, purge your heart, because we deal with the surface. We say things, and in our heart we mean something else. So God right there won't change your condition until you change the condition of what's in your heart. What we feel in our heart is what get us in